It's the 4th of July. Time to crack open a beer and talk about some rock and roll. Happy 4th of July, everyone. I'm drinking a Stone Ghost Hammer IPA. So, celebrating America. And I want to talk about one of my favorite sort of American genres of rock and roll, and that's desert rock. Also, I really want to talk about my favorite venue out in the desert, and an awesome recording studio out in the desert. And I want to talk about some amazing people that I've seen in the desert. Now, I live sort of Southern California. I live close to LA, close to San Diego, close to the beach. I've gone to several venues in Los Angeles, and I've got to say, I try to avoid it. If there's a band out there that I like to hear play, I'll go there, you know, what the heck. But between traffic and people, I've got this thing about people. I just don't like a lot of people. Not so much an introvert, but there's a few that I like to hang out with, and there's some people that I just try to avoid at all costs. So, anyway, like you all know, I'm a big Queens of the Stone Age fan. Queens of the Stone Age is desert rock to some extent. They kind of branched off. Josh Homme was in a desert rock band named Caius, and when they started, in the beginning, they would have like generator parties. Nothing to do out in the desert, so someone would bring along a generator. They'd throw a band in the back of a truck, drive out into the middle of nowhere, hook up the generator, hook up all the gear, and people would just show up. And they'd play music all night long. No one to complain. I mean, how cool is that? That's pretty awesome. I know that when I was a teenager and had a drum set in my dad's garage, neighbors would call the cops on us. So, I mean, being able to drive out in the middle of nowhere, invite all your friends, have them invite all their friends, and have a huge generator party, that'd be amazing. Another band that was influential, late 80s, early 90s, is Fatso Jetson. Anyway, so back to Queens of the Stone Age. There's a Facebook page, Queens of the Stone Age Family, and it's pretty much everybody that likes Queens of the Stone Age, you know, gets together, joins the group, and talk, whatever, meet up. And there's also a Southern California chapter, and so I've joined that chapter. And I've met tons of nice people there. Tons of great people. So, anyway, that's sort of like my intro to the Queens of the Stone Age family, who I'll talk about in a little bit. There's also a venue out in the desert that was made in 1946. It wasn't made a venue in 1946. A bunch of Hollywood filmmakers went out to the desert, sort of by Joshua Tree, 25 miles away from Palm Desert. And they built a cantina, a saloon, a whole bunch of different, you know, facades. And the cantina or whatnot, still stands in some form today. But they actually built the sets for Gene Autry and Roy Rogers. Excuse me. And the cantina itself has been in over 50 movies, television, whatever, 50 different pictures. And in 1982, the place was bought by Pappy and Harriet, because it was actually owned from 72 to 82. It was like a biker bar. Let me turn this down just a skosh. From 72 to 82 was a biker bar. And then when Pappy and Harriet purchased it, they renamed it, sort of built up around it, and called it the Pappy and Harriet's Pioneer Palace. And it's become sort of like a staple, for me anyway, and a lot of people out in the desert. It's so well known that even Paul McCartney has played there. It is a beautiful place. They serve food. They've got great Tex-Mex food. My dog just wants to be in the video so much. Sit down, boy. So yeah, it's a beautiful place. I'll put up some pictures onto the side here, or they'll be wherever. It's a great place. For the last 4 years, I've gone there at least once a year. A couple of them I've gone there twice. But I've seen some great shows, met some great people. The cool thing about it is it's out in the middle of nowhere. so you don't have to deal with a high amount of traffic. Most of the time the shows end late at night and you hit the 10 freeway and it's dead. So yeah, that part is just great for me. I can't stand traffic. People are idiots. The bands that I've most seen out there are probably Eagles of Death Metal. I've seen them all 4 times, or all the last 4 years. I've seen some form of Eagles of Death Metal, whether it's just Boots Electric, which is Jesse Hughes, or the actual band Eagles of Death Metal. Most of the band is there anyway, if it's just Jesse. Dave Ketching, who's in that picture in the back, he, what was it, 2013 was his, they threw a big old birthday party there. Had some bands like Strawberry Smog, Peaches, Missy Pyle was there. I don't think she was there for that show. She was there for another show. Missy Pyle, who you'll know from television. She's also in the Foo Fighters' new video, Run. Anyway, so I heard this band. This band is considered desert rock. They record in the recording studio Rancho de la Luna, which is owned by Dave Ketchings. He's the white Santa Claus guy with the beard. The white beard. Not the white, yeah, white guy with the white beard, whatever. And this band's called Mojave Lords. They're a really cool band. They're hard rock, sort of like, I don't know, 70s style rock and roll. Think Black Sabbath, slight Led Zeppelin, maybe some Hendrix. Really cool band. The other guy in that picture is Bingo Richie. Down, boy. Down. Down. That's wrong. No. No. Sorry, he's rambunctious today. He's like, Daddy's doing a video. Whoa! So anyway, Mojave Lords, if you haven't heard them, check them out. They're on Spotify. Also, this record, I believe only 500 were printed on the red vinyl. But it's a great album. One of my favorite songs is the first song which I had playing. I believe that one's called, hold on a second, Knuckles. There's a picture of their album. Pretty badass. So yeah, Mojave Lords, check them out if you haven't heard them. Also, the last time I went out there, which was about a month and a half ago, Dave Ketchings was there again, so was Boots Electric. He was a special guest. Lead singer for from a band called Strawberry Smog was there. Another band that plays there frequently is Sinners. They're really cool. They're from France. But anyway, Dave Ketchings had a record release party for this one, Shared Hallucinations. It's sort of like his compilation album, because he does own Rancho de la Luna out there in Joshua Tree. He gets together with several different musicians and makes music. Just recently, I believe it was last summer, CKY was there recording their album. The Foo Fighters have recorded at Rancho de la Luna. Iggy Pop. The list goes on and on. Several different groups have gone out there. Joe Walsh actually was out there when he recorded the song with Foo Fighters from their Sonic Highway album. So yeah, Shared Hallucinations. It's kind of like one of those 60s compilation albums like Golden or, crap, I forgot the other ones. But he just gets together with different bands and it is awesome. So yeah, Rancho de la Luna, recording studio out in the desert. I just think it's totally awesome. I mean, besides being ridiculously hot, which is something I can't understand, I think I'm of Nordic descent where I need to be in frigid weather all the time. It's still cool to visit there every so often. Me personally would never live there. I do like the aspect that it is away from people, that it's not too overly crowded. Where I live, in particular in Southern California, we just had a 4th of July parade and it was ridiculously packed. I actually took my little one with me because the wife's at work and she had a ball. There were just people everywhere and I was sweating bullets. Anyway, that's besides the point. So yeah, Dave Ketchings, great guitarist, awesome guy. I got a few signatures. I've got Alan Johannes' signature, Dave Ketchings' signature. He always does the beard, round face, or whatnot. Gary Wirtz, I think that's how you pronounce his name. He's from Strawberry Smog. BOC, Brian O'Connor. The dude is amazing. He can play guitar and bass. Huge guy. He's a monster of a guy. Super nice guy. Also got Troy Van Leeuwen's signature and Serena from Sweethead. because that was another one of the bands that played when I went out there just recently with Sweethead. If you haven't heard of them, you should check them out. They're really awesome. They've got a music video called Reverse Exorcism, which is awesome. So anyway, now we come full circle. Wanted to talk about the Queens of the Stone Age Southern California chapter. I actually had some of my friends sign the back of it to sort of like, I don't know, encapsulate the time, you know. Friend Michelle, my friend Robert. A lot of the signatures I can't even read. Anyway, so this is a shout out to the Queens of the Stone Age family. You guys rock. And I'll see you guys probably in October when we go see Queens of the Stone Age and the Foo Fighters. So anyway, yeah, if you haven't heard any desert rock, I highly suggest that you take a look into it, research it a little bit. Fatso Jetson is great. Queens of the Stone Age is great. Caius is great. Mojave Lords, check out Mojave Lords. They're still around. They still play. Also, look up Dave Ketching. He's been in several different bands. He's been in a desert band called Earthlings. Another guy who's, I think he's called the godfather of desert rock, Chris Goss. If you haven't heard his name, but you've watched Sons of Anarchy, you have heard his music. He played Sitting on Top of the World, I think on one of the later seasons. But the dude, he's produced several Queens of the Stone Age albums. He's produced several albums in general. He was also a vocal producer on the Stone Temple Pilots album Tiny Music, songs from the Vatican Gift Shop. You'd be amazed at some of the stuff that you find that you've never even heard of just by looking up desert rock. I highly suggest it, and since it's the 4th of July, might as well, you know, I figured it was a good thing to talk about something, you know, in the middle of America. Something that you may overlook, who knows. Anyway, that about wraps it up. Again, thanks for watching Captain Handlebar. Comment down below if you have any questions or comments. Give me a thumbs up if you like the video. And 4th of July, remember, don't drink and drive. Enjoy the fireworks and rock on, America. And I will catch you on the B-sides. Peace out.